From up here, I am a god. That's right, I am a god from up here, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is a very, very large hole with a lot of waterfalls. And this is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. And I thought it could be kind of a fun... There was a person up there. Is there always a person up there? Never noticed that before, actually. Which is kind of funny because that's what we're talking about today. Things that you never knew about the lobby here in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. The first thing I wanted to share is this little thing over here, the little smithy area. This cat, as you can see just now, he just took a break, and the other cat is like, hey, you can't take a break. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to take a break. We can literally just sit here for a minute and kind of just watch all of that's going down. And then eventually he gets like really, really tired, and he'll just stop. And then this guy will, I guess, notice that he's not hammering anymore. And then he'll be like, okay, what's going on? He looks behind him, sees he's not working, and gets super furious with him. So we can kind of just watch that play out here for a second. I'm sure he's already getting tired, as you can see. He's already like shaking his head and like, man, whew, that's a lot of work just hitting this same thing over. What the fuck? See, he's getting tired, and he's looking at him, and he's looking back at his work, and he's like, okay, I could take a break. I could take a break. He won't notice. He won't notice. And there he goes, scratching his little ears, and he's like, hey, wait a minute. They stopped making noise. Get back to work, you. I find it especially interesting, too, because if you pay extra attention to the eyes, I guess I could just replay it. But he actually makes a very specific face. He's like, hang on. Like, you could see it in his face that he's like, hang on, this dude isn't fucking working. And I find that a little bit interesting. But there's a couple of other things here in the lobby as well. Out of every single wooden stair in the game, this is another one. This one's a little goofy, but every single wooden stair in this entire lobby, you can see them here and here, totally fine or whatever. Every single wooden stair, no matter where it is, even these over here, they're fine. Maybe a little crooked and cattywampus or however you want to say it. Even these over here, all fine and normal. Again, a little bit weird or whatever. And then you get some over here and over here. All the wooden stairs in this game are totally normal and totally fine, not broken at all, except this one. Why is this one the only one not broken? I'm not sure, but I checked every single step in this entire lobby, and it's the only one broken. How did it get broken? I don't know. This freaking black hell hunter and red hell hunter over here. I'm pretty sure it's one of them, because they just sit here and eat this fucking dongo all day until this random redhead appears, I guess, randomly and talks to them. But you can see they've already eaten a bunch, and they still got many more there. And they just sit here and eat all day. Maybe they ate so much they got a little too heavy and fucking broke it. Or maybe someone wanted to show off their power and was like, yeah, and just smashed a hammer on it or something. But yeah, you can check this for yourself. Every single step. This one also is a little bit weird, so a little bonus for you, I guess. It's not broken. Whoops. It's not broken, but it is crooked. It's a little crooked step. Also, the rail is broken right here, too, so it's kind of the only rail broken, at least that I found. But yeah, there's not really any wooden stairs over here. There's a couple of stone steps, of course. Even these don't really seem that messed up. But yeah, I mean, every single step, totally fine except that one. I'm not sure why that's the only one that's like that. Maybe there is some kind of lore reasons for it. But let's move on to another stair-based fact here for you. A little interesting tidbit here for you. This entire place is wheelchair accessible. And that's a little bit surprising to see. Because, like, say you start here, you spawn into existence here or something like that. Or you're just here somewhere, right? And you get here. I'm not sure how you get here. You get here somehow, and you're like, oh, man, I'm in this wheelchair. How am I going to get anywhere? Well, guess what? There's a ramp right here. Maybe a little bumpy, but there's a ramp right here. You can come right up here. You can even ramp right up to that. There's ramps everywhere, which I find interesting. And then, of course, if you wanted to, you can even come in from this side and ramp up here. You can't go down here, though, which I wouldn't recommend coming down here anyway, because if you're in a wheelchair, you probably don't want to be this close to a dock, but that's besides the point. But yeah, again, you can just ride up here in your little wheelchair and then climb right up here in your wheelchair and just keep going. Like, the entire place is wheelchair accessible. You can even come up here and go right up here. More ramps. And if you wanted to, this one would be a little bit troublesome. I mean, I guess it's because they have all their supplies here, but you could technically come up here and then come up here and here and here and go all the way around. And I don't know, will it jump off the edge? I don't fucking know. I don't know why you would want up here, but yeah, technically it's wheelchair accessible. Technically, this whole lobby is wheelchair accessible. Like, I guess except this area over here, because these are like stairs. But even if you somehow got up the stairs, they do have ramps. But again, I'm not sure what you would want up here for. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's besides the point. I guess you also couldn't get up here to the Kahoot nest, so that's another thing you couldn't get to. I didn't know I could jump over that. We learn something new every day. But yeah, completely 100% wheelchair accessible. Another small little detail is there's a little drawing here. And it doesn't match the style of the other drawings, so it makes me wonder what's going on with that. Is this an Easter egg, maybe? Is it a cat? There's normally a cat sitting here. Is it maybe the cat drew it? I don't know. Who drew it? Why is it there? I find it a little bit interesting. I can't even fully tell what it's supposed to be honest with you. I want to say it's like a minecart because it looks like it has wheels, but it also kind of looks like a palamute, and it kind of looks like maybe a palico riding a palamute. Not really sure, but it's a little interesting thing there. Very, very weird. And I also don't know what they're using to carry it, like lure it or whatever. Maybe a pretzel. It kind of looks a little bit like a pretzel. But yeah, it's just a little weird thing there. Definitely like a totally different style, so it's weird. A little quick one. I noticed this one last night, but they'll have a little plushie on their satchel, I guess, their purse, their satchel, whatever you want to call it. They just got a little plushie there, a little plushie thing. It looks like a coin purse, really, because it has like the little thing at the top, like it's supposed to open and you could put coins in it or something. So maybe they keep the coins they pay you inside of that. Who knows? There's a Kahoot nest up here, and surely most of you, if not all of you, already know that this Kahoot nest is here. But there is an interesting thing here too, where if you like rotate around him, he'll like rotate with you and try and get around you. It's probably not gonna work because I'm in camera mode. As you see, he like hops around. So if I come on this side now, he's gonna hop around and face me on this side, and he just follows you rather than like you being able to come up behind him or whatever. He just kind of follows you, and I find that very interesting. And obviously, you can feed him and stuff like that, and he's all adorable or whatever. But yeah, another thing, one more thing. I guess I could just go ahead and throw this in there. Some of these feathers are blue, which I find interesting because he doesn't have any blue feathers on him whatsoever. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Like, why does he not have any blue feathers if he's got a lot of blue feathers here? Did he kill another bird? Is that what happened? Did he kill another bird and take their nest? Maybe that is what happened. But I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick video here, looking at some small details here in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. This place is pretty cool. I like this lobby a lot better than the other one. But it's pretty cool. There's all kinds of other details too. Like this crane over here actually picks up stuff and moves it around and stuff like that. It actually picks one up from up there and actually moves it over there. And there's a little cat operating the whole thing. I find it very interesting. There's like so many tiny little details like this. They really went hard with the small, minute details in this game, and that's awesome in my opinion. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.